in the weighing room when you first started getting involved in riding regularly as a professional?
Well, it took me ages to get going. For a young lad, if you're having one ride every sort of 2 or 3 months, it's a long time. So the weighing room to start with is probably a bit daunting. I had my first ride for the governor at Huntingdon on the week of Cheltenham. Right. So it was a bit more relaxed and things like that. But yeah, it just took me a while to get going.
You rode a lot of point to point, didn't you, early days?
A bit, but I was travelling from Seven Barriers to Stow-on-the-World every other day to go and just ride a horse work, just so that I could get on the pointing field.
Well, after you'd finished working at Seven Barrows?
Yeah.
It's commitment.
Just so that I could ride it once every 2 weeks or whatever.
Huh. And how did you form the relationship with the Bradstocks? Did you know them from early on, or?
No, not at all. I got a text off Dave Roberts saying they're looking for a claimer for Carruthers on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
So I gave them a call. They said come up in school, and away it went. And they come from real sort of eventing sort of background and something that I can really relate to. And then it just went from there. And he won on Boxing Day in the mud at Fosslas, and then he won the West Welsh National. And then it's just like a snowball, really. You start small, and just if you keep your head down and keep going, you can.
Well, I mean, it's a decade that since August, you say not even quite a decade since you first went to Nicky's, and Martin and I were talking about the list of horses that you've ridden already and the races that you've won.
Yeah.
And also in a relatively short space of time, because obviously you've had to establish yourself. Then you get to sort of the time that you ride Coney in the Courtauld Star Novices Chase, and he wins that. You say snowball is probably the best way to describe it, because the speed of the progression since then has been quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, right time, right place. Bit of luck as well, I suppose. But yeah, I have sat on some incredible horses, but I think if you put yourself in the right situation, things will appear. And also having a lot of other people having a lot of faith in you, that helps an awful lot as well.
Well, I was reading your profile earlier on, and going through some of the big races you've won. So 18 Grade 1s.
Yeah.
But it's almost like, when I was reading, it's almost like the Rocky film. You've actually just come through and proven yourself, and it's just, you must be really proud of yourself for that aspect. Starting at the bottom, going into Nicky Henderson, the biggest national hunt trainer in the world, against the top jockeys in the world, and you've just taken over, haven't you? You must be proud of that fact.
Yeah, no, I'm over the moon with how it's gone. You're always looking for the next day, I suppose. But I suppose when you do retire, you can always look back and have a sense of pride. But I suppose what I'm most proud about is that I came into the game, with no help. And although I was very lucky to have that privileged childhood. Yeah. I came into the racing game with no connections like that, to give you that leg up, to give you horses to ride, and that's
something to be very proud of. We'll just take a look at one of your early successes for Nicky Henderson. I bought a lovely hurdler called Petit Robin, who won at Sandown. We're going back to 2012. How did you get the ride on Petit Robin?
The owners, Ken Knox and his sons, have been incredibly good to me. They had horses at Seven Barriers and at Charlie Hills's as well. Yeah. And I actually rode a pointer for them before I was sort of riding on the track. And then they said that he needs claiming off. He's got top weight at Sandown. Yeah. Would you be able to do that? And obviously jumped at the chance, because Petit Robin was a top class horse on his day. He had a bit of an injury, and he came back, and change of ownership, and they very kindly let me ride him.
Yeah, well, this was sort of the first big Saturday ride. We're going to take a look at this success. What are your memories of this day on Petit Robin?
Me looking extremely brutal.
Which colours?
In the black cap, white colours, just like a crew in between horses.
The agricultural one coming through.
What are the memories of this?
Well, it was the day that Sprinter won the Tingle Creek as well. So it was quite a special day.
And you said Petit Robin he must have been a yard favourite, surely.
Yeah, definitely. I rode him out a good bit when he was
pretty
when
cool,
he was younger. Yeah, I think it's Liam Treadwell coming up.
Martin, what about the style? What do you think?
Well, it's very Andrew Thornton-esque.
Well,
I think
it hasn't changed much.
No, I think it has. Yeah, no, I think You definitely pulled the jerks up a little bit, haven't you?
Oh, not too much.
Listen, it doesn't say what you look like on the check, does it?
Ride long, live long, isn't it?
That's Andrew Thornton's motto. What did the boss say to you after that? Has he always
I think he was happy. I think he was probably thinking about Sprinter.
The one thing a lot of people say about you, which I'm sure has been, if you watched that race and to now, the one thing people say about Nico De Boinville is he's always cool, always pretty calm, level-headed about everything, which everyone seems to immediately think manifests itself in the way you conduct yourself in an actual race. In the heat of battle, you're pretty cool. Do you feel cool?
I'm fairly relaxed about it now.
Now or always?
So you weren't?
Fairly always. I've always been fairly good under when the pressure's been on. I seem to be able to just park it. I don't know.
Natural.
Well, no, I guess from a young age and things, I've been in competition, haven't I? And you just learn to cope with it and realise that,
Stiff upper lip.
Is it that, or is it, you've got perspective? Because sometimes people are cool under pressure because they know, okay, it's a race. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson famously told the Manchester United players all the time, play the game, not the occasion. So, some
of it's natural, isn't it, Nico? You get some lads who struggle and worry a bit and stress, and they're all right once they get on. But some of it's natural and some of it's experience. Yeah,
of course. And the more you do it as well, the more you're in those pressurised environment, the better you get at it. And Barry Geraghty would be one of the best to watch. But yeah, it's just something that I've always, once I'm out there, it's fine.